Oh
Yep,
my Lord. Where are you actually located?
I'm in Boston,
Boston. I'm
Boston,
in,
Massachusetts.
in Texas.
Dallas?
Yep. Well, I'm technically in Houston right now. I came to visit some friends. So
Oh, for
they're
the years?
they're all downstairs partying and getting ready. I made
Yeah,
my drink and
you're all ready to go.
yeah, we're all going to do the New Year's thing tonight. So, but yes, technically, if you look at the Fort Worth, Dallas area, I physically live west of Fort Worth a little bit.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how you were planning to ring in the new year. So I guess you got good company with you.
Yeah, just hanging out, getting ready. I'm anxious to see if the other guys actually get on this call on time.
Well, I think Bishop just joined, so
Awesome. I'm usually the really anal one that's on like 10 minutes early. So, so and hey, there, I know that guy.
hi.
There he is.
I'm not sure if you can hear us yet, but
Oh, he's hiding.
Let me turn that background off.
I was actually going to ask you about it. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that.
I like art, man. Like, well, pop. Like, I don't know.
Is it from a
And
movie or is it just
no, I found it on Instagram and I made it one of my things on there. There's like this artist I found on there the other day, and I started digging through all of his stuff. It's like, you know what? I love this. So I like a lot of artwork, like CGI and 3D animation and stuff. Wish I could do it. So since I can't, I just look at it.
maybe one day
Yeah, one day, yeah.
you
If
can
I ever find
incorporate it
time.
some way
Darren,
in your music videos or something.
yeah, you know what? Yes. I mean, Lincoln Park did it.
That is
So
true.
the Gorillas do it
They
too.
can do it, you
Nice
can
to
do it
meet you, man.
too.
I'm Bishop. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, Matthew and I were talking about how we were planning to ring in the new year. Do you have any fun plans?
I'm gonna be at Texas Live in Arlington for a party there, so that should be cool. Yeah, that should
Oh,
be all
that's
right.
fun. Is it just a
Social distance, private tables. I'm performing with a little side band that I do just for that thing. It's gonna be fun. There he is,
Oh,
Darren.
there he is. He's
It's
trying.
gonna take Darren a minute, longer
Yeah,
than
he's
me.
trying to figure out the audio. You'll see a big blue button that says "Connect with computer audio."
Got it.
There you
oh.
are.
Yes.
So we
Let me,
got Darren, Bishop, and Matthew. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Just gonna fix this here. All right. So, are you guys all in the Texas area? Well, I know Bishop and Matthew, you guys are. How about you, Darren?
yep. Dallas, Texas.
Very cool. It seems like Texas is like a really cool area for music right now. It seems like there's no lack of good bands.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I've been, daydreaming about making the move from Boston to Texas just for that reason.
Oh, I love Boston. Lots of history there.
Yes, there is, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of history. There's a lot to do, but it's just too cold.
Yeah.
we might do, we might have you beat here, but you might have to deal with that Texas heat. That's something you've never
Yeah,
seen.
a lot of people tell me, even though you think it's going to be nicer, the heat in Texas is just unbearable.
It's humid, but not as bad as Houston or Miami, so it's not too bad.
That's good.
I happen to be in Houston right now, and it's a lovely, like 40 degrees.
Really?
You're warm down
Only
there.
40?
It's like tropical weather right now. It's
Okay, I
awesome.
think it's actually warmer today in Boston than in
Yeah,
Houston. Wow. Anyways, I have to say, guys, Love or Hate is such a badass song. It's got killer riffs. I can, when I was listening to it, I can like picture a crowd at a concert, jumping and singing along to it.
awesome. Thank you,
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the production of the song?
Darren.
Well, the production was done by Alex Gerst from Empire Sound Studio in Dallas. And the idea was just to have, a really modern metal song that's just, really accessible for everyone. you know, with some like really hooky melody line and chorus and but still have some intensity because we kind of think there's some element to having that really up tempo beat to give it lots of energy.
Plus a rockin' ass guitar player to play along on it, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
you guys
that.
nailed it.
But
Thumping of the
and
bass.
Bishop just did a great job singing the song. We demoed it quite a few times and sent it to a few of our friends in the music business, and they thought it was pretty cool. You know, we like what we like, and then it's always kind of different how that translates with people in the business, you know. And they were like, this is pretty hooky and it's cool. And the pretty much all the performances on it are bringing lots of energy. You know, Matt's bass playing on it just really drives it, and Bishop singing, you know, I can't say enough good things about the people I work with. They're all really dedicated to what we do, and just they're also really good people to go with it, you know, because you spend so much time with these people. They're like your family, you know.
Amen
And
to that.
We paid Aaron to say all of this.
we're yeah. So if they're not good people to hang out with too, you know, it's not easy to be in a band with people that you don't enjoy being with. And these guys are just all really professional, and I love being the least talented person in the room.
And you're modest too.
Well,
Yeah.
I love working with them, and it's been great, and we're really looking forward to all the things we might do with this project, with this band. You know, this is our first song, so
Yeah,
we're really excited.
Very excited. Losing my mind.
Bishop, did you unplug your camera?
Yes, I did. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You're kicking it.
I thought you got camera shy or something.
No. Doing with my kids. There you go.
Oh,
Much better.
Oh,
background.
where'd you get that background?
Because I'm cool like that.
I've heard of that band
I'll teach
before.
you someday, young Padawan.
That is pretty cool. That's our buddy. That's some of our buddy Damien's work. Damien Castaneda from Los Angeles.
Yeah,
He does a lot of really
I
cool
love that.
artwork for lots of people.
Wow,
Yeah.
I think he should do your merch because that's pretty killer.
There's like 10 or 20 of those different things he's done for us, and we're just
Amazed.
there's a bunch of variables on the colors and everything, and there's just a lot of variations of what he's done, and we're trying
Personally, it was a personal request of mine to have at least 20 different types because I'm a Gemini and I have 20 personalities. So I did
Hey, I'm a
one for
Gemini.
every person.
Do we have the
That's
same
right.
birthday?
That's right, man. We run this planet, man.
What's your birthday? What day?
We are Legion. June 14th.
I'm June 16th.
That's right. See,
Wow.
look, I remember.
2 days apart.
That's right. We were hugging across wounds.
We're hugging.
Fair hugs, man. Fair
Get
hugs.
me the hell out of here.
I haven't even had a cocktail yet, so you know.
I got mine.
Well, so yeah, it's your first single. Do you guys have any more releases in the works?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, the funny thing is you can't see behind me, but there's a microphone here. I've got this CGI stuff going on. So we're in the process right now of working on other stuff. We have a bunch of stuff in the pipeline right now, but we're also working on a whole lot more. So we spend probably about, I don't even know. Well, we work on it every day individually. And then we come together twice a week for about 4 to 5 hours a week, working on everything and trying to bring it all together. So right now, yeah, I just can't tell you anything because it's a secret.
Okay. I promise I won't tell
But
anyone.
there's something coming in the works that's going to be really cool, and I'm excited. We're all excited, right?
Yep.
to see
Yes,
what
sir.
happens. But then we're gonna ride that love or hate train for a little while.
Definitely you should. No, I'm loving it. And what would
Yeah,
you
there's
say was your like introduction to rock music?
oh
Who
gosh,
wants to answer that question?
Matt, you go first.
You mean who our influences are?
Like when,
Introduction. Sorry.
like when would you say you were like first introduced to rock music and you kind of fell in love with it?
Oh, good Lord. Well, I'll show my age a little bit. I'm not afraid. So my brother was 10 years older than me, easy. And so I grew up, Led Zeppelin inspired me to start playing the bass.
Of
That's where that
course.
started. I grew up on Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, Boston Foghat, all of those guys,
Classic rock. Nice.
every bit of it. And it started there. Then the 80s came along, and I had to buy a bigger can of hairspray to make it through the 80s. And then I found Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue and said, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. And I threatened the drums at one point. Then my mother threatened me with my life because it was too noisy. And I thought, well, maybe the bass is better, and it went from there. But no, I was always attracted to the bass from the beginning. So it really started with classic rock for me.
Very cool.
Darren, what about you?
For me, I like everything really, and it's not just rock music. It's like, pretty much anything that's on the radio from childhood. It could be anything. If it's got a hook and it helps if it has guitar. I like that also, but it could be anything. I mean, just you name it. If it's got a hook and it sounds like they've got some talent, I'm there almost.
That's
So,
true because like
and I like everything. I like everything out there. There's so much great music. There's so many great artists. There's so many people with talent, and not all of them are heard in that way because commercial music is there's a small window for that, for the amount of musicians that are out there. But there's a lot of great music, and I love it all.
absolutely.
Is it my turn?
Yes, your turn, Bishop.
So mine goes back to my dad, really, because I was born in Oklahoma, but my dad was like this like musical connoisseur, like, well, is. So he had a wall of vinyl, probably about 8 rolls, that stretched about the length of the room that we're in. So it's a lot. And
Wow,
he
that's a
used to,
lot.
yeah, man, it's a lot of music, dude. If he had it, if it was out, he had it. And so he used to play for me on a regular basis. His thing was to test me on the name of the band, the track number, the album, the track number, and the name of the song. And he loved doing that to rock music more than anything else. But it was Van Halen. He played 1984 for me.
Nice.
And then the next album after that was The Police, Synchronicity 2. And those
Matt,
two.
did you hear that? That's your answer from now on. That's everybody's answer. That was the best
I
answer.
love both of those albums.
That was the
Yeah,
best
I mean,
answer.
like,
Everybody,
Police.
1984.
Yeah, and then when we went to New York, because I have family up there, we have a lot of family up there, he would play those 2 albums, that and Purple Rain from Prince. We'd listen to those on tape, on whatever he had back then, all the way from there and back, up and down. And after hearing Eddie Van Halen play like he played, and David Lee Roth doing those screeches and stuff like that, and then, then you had Sting with those crazy vocals that he had mixed with reggae style sounds. I was like, what is this insanity?
Yeah.
Then Prince is doing funk with rock shredding guitars. Like, I want to do rock music. I don't care about anything else. Rock music was where it was at for me after that point. I love it all, but it was.
In my opinion, thank God for Stuart Copeland on that album.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I feel like the 80s were kind of a cool decade because when you turn on the radio, you heard just like a wide range of music on the top 40.
I would agree with that. That in the 90s, early 90s had it
Yeah, that's
too.
true too, yeah.
Because the 90s, when that hit, every genre of music was awesome. Everything.
Yeah.
Rock, hip hop, pop music. Don't shoot me for that. But they all were pretty good. You could listen to it and not be like, okay, this is terrible. But
Yeah, it wasn't like, 10 different songs that basically sound the same, It was just like Everyone was kind of doing their own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. And so, what are your hopes for 2021? Hoping that things get better, if everything goes according to plan, where you're
Not
as
wearing
a
a
band.
mask is the first thing I'm looking forward to.
Uh,
Losing the mask.
losing mask. Yeah.
No mask.
Honestly, when I have a bad beard day, I like the mask. Otherwise, but no. For honestly, the band, we're looking forward to, you know, everything opening back up. We feel like if everybody's on the right course, we can get back to where we were, at least in some kind of level, because everybody is missing the live performances. We miss interacting with people. It's not the same. Yes, we can stream it, and that's great, and we love that interaction too. But it's something about being there in those people's presence and feeling the energy that they give you, and you giving that back in return. That's something that you can't replace, and nothing. You put the screen between us, that changes that dynamic. I want to see that person face to face. I want to see them sweating when they're jumping up and down. I want to see that river, that sea of people bobbing and jumping up and down to the music. When you get that back, which I feel like we will very shortly, then that's our goal for the year. Get this music out to everybody, get the masses involved in what Empires has to offer the world, and let's have fun together, man. It's going to be a good 2021. We're going to make it that way.
Yes. I'm staying optimistic because I want to be one of those people in the crowd, supporting all the bands, enjoying the music and the ambiance. There's no
Yeah.
greater feeling than being in a crowd of people who are, who are there for the same reason as you, is to enjoy the music.
Yeah, that energy is so important to live music. We have another video. We have a video and another single that are ready to go. That we're not sure when we're going to release that. It's coming up, but we're looking forward to getting that out. And then we think that there is some festival booking going on right now for later in 2021. I don't know exactly when it starts. We haven't seen those dates, but we're excited to do all those things. And when the time is right and people can do that, when it's safe for people to be in those size crowds.
Yeah.
But we're really looking forward to that and releasing new music. The stuff, all the things bands do. So.
Yep. No, that's very true. And how is Texas doing in general? Are the venues, hanging on?
There are some, and Dallas is a really big place with a mega live music scene. I mean, there are more live venues here than any other town I know of.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of them are pretty big, and they're very established, and they're not going to go away. They're open in some capacity if they serve food. I think that's the way they're doing that. And but those will be back, and there's lots of live music here.
Oh, that's good.
We can do a world tour.
And hats off to every venue that across the country or the planet, to be honest with you, to be able to be open and still do this in a safe way. It's very hard to do. And for somebody to be able to pull this off, like we played a little while ago, what was it, a month or so ago? And they were very good about it, mask on your face, keep everybody to themselves.
Mask and everything.
And when you're playing places like that, it feels good about it because, we're in our little bubble. We have our bubble. And we want you to have fun, and you can have fun, but you get lost in the moment, and people kind of, do their thing, especially when you've had a couple of cocktails. I know when a couple of whiskeys on the rocks, and I might not be staying at that table by the end of the night. I'm going to be up front and like wanting to mosh or, crowd surf a little something, so, but these venues have been going through a lot, and, we know them personally. Some of them have had to shut down shortly and then reopen, kind of give themselves some gaps and stuff like that. But some of them have been able to maintain, and kudos to them. I wish I knew what their business plan was, because whatever it is, it's working. So I'm proud of everybody, for those who are holding in and holding on, and for those who are living through it. It's been hard, but it's been all right.
No, that's good to hear, and I'm glad that, the venues are holding on and, they're being smart about it. I wish Boston would do the same, but unfortunately all the venues are shut down at the moment. So
But you're a little bit Texas. We have the privilege of being spread out, even though we're a big city.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You guys in Boston, you know, you kind of tight there. So you guys live on
yeah,
top
it's
of each other a
pretty.
little bit more.
It's kind of like a small, in terms of the size, it's small, but yeah.
So it does make it harder for you guys. So.
Oh, then I'm hoping to see you guys over here.
Oh,
Aaron, is that happening?
The first opportunity we have to go to that part of the world, we're going to do that. We love going out and playing on the road and touring, and there will be lots of bands. I think 2021 at some point it's going to get really busy. I think, you know, all this stuff will be back. You can never underestimate the will of the human condition or the rock bands out there. They're all going to want to get out there and do it. So I think it's all going to come back, and I think it's going to be really big. And I think there might be some good things that come out of this. People may really begin to truly appreciate what they have. I think this is kind of a reset in a lot of ways for people, you know, to make us value what we have a little more, maybe. And,
No, I definitely agree with that. At
yeah,
least for myself, you know, I've definitely been able to step back and say, oh, wow, you know, all these small things I took for granted.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think this is a little reset in a lot of ways for people, and I think live music there's nothing like that experience, as you know. So I think it's really going to be back, and a lot of the things we can do as a band, it's kind of business as usual. You know, we're in the studio and writing and recording, and we don't have a lot of gigs getting in our way from making that happen.
The blessed curse of 2020.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing and a curse all at the same time.
Well said.
No, but I'm optimistic that you guys are going to have a very strong 2021. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you know, I really appreciate your time. I know it's New Year's Eve, so you guys probably want to go party.
Back to the
Oh,
party.
yeah.
Back to my guitar.
Oh, wow. What is that?
What do you got?
Crown.
Oh,
Oh, he's got his crown.
Crown Royal.
Cowboy's crown.
Yeah, I want
Okay,
that. I
cool.
want that bag. You've got the bag.
It's available at all stores.
Cool.
Happy early New Year's Eve, bud.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thanks so much, guys. You know, I wish I
It's so,
It was
it's
great.
so nice to meet you.
drink.
Jen,
It's nice to
very
meet
cool
you as
meeting you.
well.
Hopefully,
cool.
we'll get up to the Boston area soon.
Now,
Yeah,
before we go, you got to promise me one thing.
Sure.
When we come there, Jen, you must come and meet up with us, and you must take us to the best local place to get the best of what Boston has to offer.
Okay.
Okay?
You know,
Can you just promise me that?
I can promise you that. You know, you can get some clam chowder.
I don't eat seafood, though.
No seafood or only?
No.
No
Okay.
seafood? Okay.
No, I'll eat
I'm
this.
down for whatever. I'll eat whatever's there.
Yeah, I'll eat whatever.
All right. Well, we'll definitely take a trip to the north end for some good Italian food.
Oh,
Yes, now you're talking.
Yes.
Well, Happy New Year, Jen.
Happy New Year's, guys.
That was your
Don't
meeting.
forget to rock.
Thanks for checking out our music. Appreciate
Thank
it.
Empires. Check it out. Love or hate.
All right.
Yes.
Take care.
Take care, guys.